Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers.
Strike three, you're out!
Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with Samsung.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We are live in Effect 1040 O Street on this beautiful Monday. Live at The Ticket. This is Old School. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison is sitting in for Austin, who is making his way back from Stillwater, covering the Husker baseball team. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 168th up there in the Omaha, or up in Omaha, what they call the Metro. A lot going on. Obviously, as I alluded to, the Husker baseball team had a good season. It was a great season. Good to great, whatever is subjective. Everybody is probably always a little negative when you don't win at all, but you should be realistic in where you should be, or where you ended up at versus where you thought at the beginning of the season. That would probably bring a little bit more calm thought process to the evaluation of the season. But they had a chance, and after dropping that first game against Florida, could have very easily went in the tank, DP, when you're down 4-0 to Niagara, who's not a blue blood per se in the baseball realms, but is a veteran team that can score runs. It took us some wherewithal to come back, and just maybe a little bit of ran out of arms, to get past Florida with a hot home run hitter and hitters in that Florida lineup.
Can I ask you a question, Jay Foreman? Let me ask you a question. Do SEC baseball players look different than Big Ten players? Do they look like they shop at a different store than
the one thing that, and this has nothing to do with the and they do look a little different, and it's not as drastic as it was before, but they do. Here's where it's different. I was watching LSU against Wofford, and here's my connection to Wofford. One of my best friends from the NFL, who we've had on Old School before, Troy Evans, started at Wofford, and then he transferred to Cincinnati. Also, Cooper Erickson, who's from Lincoln East, is playing baseball down there. So I was like, all right, let me watch. LSU's pitcher, lefty, came out there. Did you see him?
Yep.
6'2", like 265.
Yeah, he was showing up on my Twitter.
Right.
Country boy.
But if they list you at 265, you 285. He did not look anything close to 265. I don't think there's a weight that he lifted. He's throwing nothing but gas, putting back, side, thighs, quads into it.
Well, we know, like, the phrase good old-fashioned country hardball.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I told a story. Look, when we would go south at the beginning of every season, I had no problem at Georgia Tech, Georgia, Florida State, Florida. Where I met a dude who threw some different kind of baseball was when we went to the Cab South. When you went to the dudes,
they fit in their fastball in between cars and stuff.
Like, listen, man, I know that dude had voted twice.
Oh yeah.
Like, he showed up looking like his uncle,
right?
And he rolled out of the back of a pickup truck and threw 95 miles an hour. And listen, he was going to give it to you for 6 innings. and then he was going to call his cousin, his brother, and he was going to come out there from the other hand. So whatever hand he threw, his cousin would throw with the other hand, and he was going to come give you nothing but filth.
Yeah.
So you see that LSU has started like, oh, we're going to go get them other dudes and let them show up.
I think, you have to take into account that you're able to do baseball things. Doesn't matter if you're playing, fall or whatever, you know what I'm saying? When you're down south, you're able to do baseball things. And that's where some of the advantages are when you get kids that come from high school that have a little bit of spring ball and a little bit more developed a little bit earlier. We got a update. Corey says Cooper Erickson is no longer at Wofford. That was a short stay, but Cooper was probably the best receiver in the state, at least definitely in the city when he was at Lincoln East, but decided to go the baseball route. Hope he's still playing. He was a good athlete. But
you got to do it right, other they come get you. It's Wofford.
Yes.
They'll come get you.
Yeah. That's cool.
Had a pickup truck roll up to 1040 O Street with a sign.
Hey,
stand in the window.
We can get some ice. Hey, we can battle it out and go get some ice cream after. I apologize. But they is it's a little bit of advantage. I just think that it was supposed to be a down year for Florida, to their standard. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that they could do is and it is the right place for them. Home run or bust, right? And they're in the perfect place down in Stillwater, Oklahoma State Stadium. And they have good enough pitching and experience and it factor and figure it out that they can get themselves out of some jams like in the first game, right? You got to think, okay, let's think about the first game. They were down 3-1, hit a dinger, 3-2. Okay. And you have the bases loaded. I will tell you the Nebraska hitter hit a rope, right? Center field. But if you can get that in a gap, now you're going into that next inning at worst case scenario up 4-3, and the whole momentum changes. And guess what happens? You lose that momentum, go into the dugout, one or two pitches, and he gets you every time.
Well, but it's that thing that we talk about. We walk past the fact that if you're in the SEC, there's no Northwestern baseball in the SEC.
No.
Like you're not gonna.
Who's the worst in the SEC?
Hey,
Ole Miss? Who would be the worst? Because Tennessee's the number one overseas. I was surprised to see Kentucky is like what are they, number 2 or 3 overall seed?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who. Well, think about this. Vanderbilt number 1 was at the top of the SEC because it was the top of the country.
Right.
It was the top of the country.
Auburn's actually the worst this season for 2024.
Right.
Auburn, Missouri.
And they have a ton of talent. A ton of talent. So when you think about this, and one of the announcers was actually talking about it, that if you could compare Missouri, talent for talent, Auburn, talent for talent, and then Ole Miss, who, if you have social media, you see all of Ole Miss on baseball on social media. Like they look the part, they talk the part. They're just not winning in the SEC. They're 27-29, but Florida was 2 games over 500. And look, they're 3 innings from beating Oklahoma State to advance to the Super Regional.
Yeah.
Right? So when you look at their lineup, first of all, look, we would always tell them, folks, don't look at the opposing team. Don't look at them. But when you see Florida get off the bus, they look like an SEC baseball team. They got the bodies for it. They got the swagger for it. They move in a certain place. And then the errors that they make are aggression errors, not tentative, hey, I got caught off guard errors.
Yeah.
So, look, for what Nebraska does and what they're doing in the Big Ten, Austin made the statement that he thinks Nebraska should be the best team in the Big Ten, and it should be consistent. You win the title, and then there's responsibility that happens because you've won the title.
Yeah, it definitely ups the expectations.
Right.
But, there's other baseball. Indiana's always a tough out, and they have been for, recent years. Michigan, you always got to think they're going to do Michigan things, and you always got to expect one other. But Nebraska's, definitely paved their way, especially in the Big Ten. And
Florida was next to. I was want to say Florida was next to last in their side of the SEC in the SEC East.
Yeah,
they were next to last,
and that's the depth. And then also Florida got healthy.
There's a gap.
Yeah, but Florida got healthy towards the end of the year. When you listen to the announcers, they got healthy. And then once you get healthy, get some arms, and then you start to get in a rhythm. You're better than being second to last. And obviously, look, 17 runs. I mean, you score 11 runs, you don't expect to lose. Give up 17, you might as well start warming up the buses. But either way,
especially in a meaningful game, Jay. Like meaningful, that's tough. Like that's 17, bro. Nothing works.
Nobody had it. But that's sometimes you run into a buzzsaw, man. I'm gonna tell you what happened. It was the announcer's jinx.
Yeah.
Did they send you the text?
Yeah.
Man, that dude said, listen, you either walk him in bases loaded, but if you pitch to him, it's a 3-run homer. Next pitch, gone.
Crack it. And
it's better not to say, just don't say anything.
No, but I sent Austin a text.
Don't say anything.
I sent Austin a text. I was typing it up as he walked to the plate because they showed him in the on-deck circle.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, he has grown. He has Major League Baseball thighs, and that to me that's a telltale. There's a difference. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "Hey, question for you: do they test for steroids in college baseball? Because we need to test that. We need to test the SEC."
Hey, listen, that home run he hit, man, looked like a fly swatter, swatting a little fly, man. He turned on that thing. That's a legendary.
He had a Ryan. So remember Ryan Klesko played for the Braves?
Yeah.
Right, young first baseman, big country, big strong, and he would buggy whip everything he swung. Like he would take a swing and it was violent.
Yeah.
And then he would whip the bat over his head, like, yeah. That's what it looked like.
It was perfect pitch and heck of a swing, and he made himself legendary. But good first segment. We're going to take a break, come back, talk about what the Indians...
I got something for you, though, real quick. So our buddy Dan Swanson down at Canopy likes to look out for us. So he sends a care package, and he said something. This is specifically for Jay Foreman. This is for Jay Foreman. This is for Jay Foreman, and I'll let you read what's on it. But he says,
"Screwball peanut butter whiskey."
Oh man, yeah.
I appreciate it, man. Won't partake today, but I will partake very soon. We're going to take a quick break, come back, talk a little Indiana Fever, what they can do to either protect or lift up Caitlin Clark, Jay Foreman, DP Harrison, Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and Jay. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through June 4th is buy 2 New York strips, get 1 sirloin for free. Also, $1.50 off gelato pints and scoops of gelato for just 50 cents. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through June 9th, they have 2 special deals for ticket listeners only. Enjoy a limited time USDA choice beef hanging tender steak that's soft and tender, but loaded with flavor. Also, for ticket listeners only, get extra meaty loin back pork ribs for only $2.99 per pound. Mention the ticket prior to checkout for discounts. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers.
Strike 3, you're out!
Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Second segment, Jay Foreman, DP, Harrison on the ones and twos, old school. A lot of stuff going on this weekend between WNBA scrap, a real scrap in the UFC, the Brinks truck rolling up there to MPLS and talking to Justin Jefferson, so forth and so on. But obviously, I think it's been something that's brewing for a while. And obviously, with Pat McAfee was sounding like an idiot today on live TV, but really he did. He sounded like.
What do you mean, Jay?
That's just too free. And probably the thought behind it.
Even with the context, like
the context,
he wasn't trying to say it, but just terrible choice of words.
Right. And that's just when you have too much freedom. But anyways, but that's his choice, and he's able to do it. Some people take advantage of it, some people don't. But I think with Caitlin Clark, obviously with the physical play, it started off probably I think when they played the Liberty, and the pick and roll at half court when she was picking up the opponent, and it was a woof. I mean, she looked like she got tasered, and then obviously it came to a head playing against the Chicago team, Chicago Sky, and got hip checked, and ended up being a flagrant foul, and then everything is like, is the league out to get Caitlin Clark?
Jay, get your family, man.
What's this?
Get your family.
Hey, man.
Oh, man.
I hear
Get
you,
your
man.
family, bro.
Hey, listen, here's the thing is, when you have a 4-seat car and you got 6 dudes in there, I give it to them, man. You could do anything you want. But, there's things like, that was pretty impressive.
Boy.
Hey, before we get it, have you ever seen No Country for Old Men?
Yes.
And you remember when the dude had to sit in the middle, the older white dudes?
Yep.
You got me riding. You know what?
Yep.
There's 2 dudes in there riding. Good on them. Good on. If you're listening, you 2 are riding. You know what?
Oh, no, they are not listening to us, bro.
That is true.
Not listening.
Definitely, they gazed over. I would have gave them a little.
They are not listening.
I would have showed them some sign language. But it's a catch-22. Right. I mean, it's definitely physical. It's a step up from a physicality standpoint. This is the best talent she'll ever face. You're not a freshman going to college. You are a rookie going against grown women, professionals that know how to play this type of basketball. And it's extremely physical. Everybody's bigger. You're no longer going to be faster than everybody. Your team, when you go number 1, normally you're not going to the Aces, Las Vegas Aces or somebody like that, or New York Liberty. And so you're either going to a young team that's immensely talented because they got Asia Boston from the year prior, but she's essentially just an extended rookie. So the physicality, everybody knew that was going to be a problem, or just be adjustment period, like it has been for everybody. Taurasi went through it. Sue Bird went through it.
Yep.
You name it. Heck, I remember
Parker went through it.
I mean, listen, when Candace Parker, they were full on scrapping.
I don't know. INSQ went through it.
Everybody goes through it.
We understand that
and there'll be
Breanna Stewart went through it. Like, wait a minute. This is my pet peeve. First of all, it's not new.
It's not new.
It's not new. It may be new to you.
No, it's not new.
How the WNBA works. It may be new to you how pro sports works, but it's not new in that vacuum.
No, that is just a standing point when you go up a level. It happened to LeBron. It happened to Kobe. Why do you think Jordan had to get bigger? Kobe had to get bigger. LeBron had to get bigger.
Kobe got shut out. He shot the air ball against the Jazz, and it was like, wait a minute, this can never happen again.
Right.
Like you have to get humbled. But here's the thing, especially here in Nebraska. Like here in Nebraska, here's yeah, Luke. Yeah, Luke. That Nebraska fans have been watching Caitlin Clark her entire college career and have spoken freely, honestly, and clearly about her and who she is and how she played the game for 3 years now. And none of the things that were said were untrue about she's a flopper and a complainer and a whiner and she's a cheap shot artist and she's a flop, all those things. And now the rest of the country is finally watching this young lady and going, oh my God, she's an angel. She's perfect. We should protect her at all costs. No, and no. And here's the two things about Chicago. First of all, I watched the game. I'm one of those people, I like to watch the things I'm going to talk about. I actually watch it. So I sent Jay a clip because it showed the play before the assault, which was basically Caitlin in a block out, swinging the elbow and hitting that young lady in the face. Which, I don't know, Jay knows black women just like I do. And what we know to be true about grown black women is if you hit them, they are going to get you back. They are going to get you back. And furthermore, the players in the league are all friends. Some of them more than friends. And they would tell, hey, Caitlin, you need to stop that BS because we can't and won't defend you for doing the stuff that we've seen you do. So stop it. So just grow up. And Jay Foreman can tell you, there are people in the Buffalo Bills that told him, hey, man, no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's
just don't do it.
It's a learning process. I think I always try to see it from both sides, right? The one known is this, that anybody making the jump from college to pros is going to be an adjustment sooner or later, whether it's your first, second, and sometimes your third year. I had to go through it. Everybody has to go through it. Michael Jordan had to go through it. Patrick Ewing had to go through it. LeBron, everybody goes through it, right? And then there's the other flip side.
Giannis went through it.
Everybody
Luka went through it. Like
everybody's goes through it because you have to mature. You have to get bigger. Even if you are big per se, you're not mature enough, and you got to get used to going against bigger, faster, stronger, better, or as good professionals that are professionally coached, professionally game plan, have seen it. She'll get better.
But have we missed the lead in that? But I will say this, that Kennedy, that in basketball, let's remove women's basketball, but just in basketball, that every team that we know of has an enforcer.
So is she an enforcer?
For several teams. You know those hockey players that get sent from team to team?
Yeah, I mean, she got some.
Just because they go in, right?
She got some.
I'm like Cedric the Entertainer said, man, y'all always fighting and stuff. You just like Anthony Mason. That's where that comes from. She's that woman. So, hey, Caitlin, if you're gonna pick a fight with somebody in the WNBA, don't let it be the female Anthony Mason. How about that? How about go get somebody who's new? Go get Angel Reese.
It's probably
don't get the team bouncer.
Yeah.
Like, go.
I mean, it probably wasn't necessary. There's a different way you could do it. Probably that was probably not the best way to go about it. I don't think that. Probably not an enforcer. I think it was frustration boiling over. And Kennedy or whatever her name is lost her cool. And that's what happens. And sometimes going against a player like Caitlin Clark, and look, you're on the national stage, you're on ESPN, you get caught up in the moment, and she lost her cool.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing we've seen.
No, it's the worst.
We did just come off an NBA season where Green choked out Gobert.
And Dan, let me say this to you, bro. He says, well, it's just the NBA. It's not the bad boys. Okay. So in 3 separate WNBA cities, I got to go to practice with these teams. And if you think the WNBA ain't that league, Jay, I left. Literally, I can think of it like it was yesterday. That Andrea Stinson, who played for the Charlotte State, swung through because we wanted to go just, drill. You got to test yourself, right? And she's like, well, come on over here, reporter boy. Let's see what you got. And first of all, I'm going to D you up.
Right.
Yeah, well, she was taught by the legend at NC State, who tells you somebody get up in your grill, clear with the elbow, then the ball. And listen, I didn't talk for 3 days.
Yeah, it's physical. I mean, it's
go defend
physical.
6'4" Natalie Williams when she was at Utah and tell me about, hey, this. No, that league is physical.
Yeah, it's physical. I think they sometimes gets lost. She got a target on her back.
Yeah,
and that's fine. That's the same way like when LeBron came in. People were jealous. They shouldn't be jealous because, it's helping the league. It's helping you. You're going to get paid more. Now, you don't back down from anybody. It's probably borderline on some places excessive, but I would, tell her, hey, toughen up. I would, first of all, I would already punch somebody. I don't even care if I lose. I'm going to come up and cold cock you. You know what I mean? You just ain't gonna just be pushing me around and like trying to. I don't really care where you from, all that stuff.
Right.
I'm firing off quick and immediately.
He's still looking for Dallas Clark.
So yeah, right. Actually, he getting in that ring face. So I think some of it's been excessive. I think some of it's jealousy. I think some of it's like earned on Caitlin Clark from college. Everybody, it's like, all right, everybody's in college. Some people don't like the way Angel Reese kind of like portrays herself. Some people don't like Caitlin Clark. I just think it's just the day of age. Some of it's excessive, but that, you know what? That's really, to be honest with you, before we go to break, that's on the refs, and particularly it's on that head coach, and more importantly, it's on her teammates.
That's where I'm at. I feel like if you want to complain about the calls, you can complain about the refs, but when it comes to the players, like the players are going to be be what do we expect?
If you want longevity in the WNBA and you're in the Indiana Fever, go take somebody out that touches the golden child.
Yeah, but Jay knows everybody in the Buffalo Bills that if somebody decided to throw a cheap shot at the Bills back in that day, Jay Foreman can rattle off the names of the 5 dudes that it probably shouldn't be for it to be considered a good decision. Like Jay would just went, hey, leave, don't throw a Ted, because right. And then there's a sneaky dude.
Right.
Like,
but you as a teammate, if I'm your teammate, and you already knew that Indiana was drafting Caitlin Clark probably before the season started, college season started.
As soon as you had the pick in your pocket.
Right. As soon as you won the lottery, okay, you picking Caitlin Clark. So you knew she was coming eventually, right? So she's your teammate, whether you like it or not. Like, there's a lot of dudes I play with that I don't like particularly, right? But if it comes down to it, I'm going to go and have their back, even today. Even the dudes. And then still tell them, I don't like you, but you always will be my teammate. Now, if that's your teammate and you want longevity, I'm going to peel Kennedy up off of her, straight up. And whoever else, if you want longevity in this league. Because number one, Caitlin Clark will go to bat for you. And she better go. Now, if Caitlin Clark doesn't go to bat for you and you protected her, then that's on Caitlin Clark. But it's on her teammates not protecting her. Now, she needs to protect herself, but you also need to protect her. But look, Wayne Gretzky had Marty McSorley. Jordan had Oakley. LeBron had Tristan Thompson, and my man from Texas, the dude that took out Lance Stevenson. Kobe had Shaq. Everybody has their guy. That's just the way it is. There's horrible teammates. You guys riding around, sitting up there next door, you ain't doing nothing. You watching.
Yeah, but you remember the system. Look, I
ain't trying to hear that.
They all know each other.
I'm not hearing that.
Yeah,
I'm not hearing.
I'm sorry you're not listening, but I'm gonna tell you that if you've had the conversation, if I tell you, Jay Foreman, do not go messing with that dude. You and me as family, I'm going to tell you, hey.
Yeah, but that's their teammate, man.
But if I tell you, hey, Jay, don't go throw hands at that dude, because it's not a good look and it's not a good move. I can't rally for you if you're going to pick at that one. Leave that alone. And then you go and throw an elbow. Guess what I'm going to do? Guess what I'm going to do? Look at you, Jay. I'm like,
but you can't pick and choose. You being a teammate is not circumstantial. Either you 10 toes down or you ain't, period. You ain't.
I hear you, Mr. Foreman. I hear you, but I know that you, as a rookie, you played against some former Huskers.
Right.
And there were times when, quite frankly, there are dudes from the Huskers that you would have been 10 toes in, and there'd have been dudes from Buffalo that you've been 10 toes in. It's not uniform and it's not across the board.
I wouldn't go fight
that's what we talked.
Hold on. Time out. First of all, if I'm on the Buffalo Bills and somebody else is on the Jets, it's the Bills against the Jets. That's period. That's all there is to it. It's not circumstantial. You can't win that way. That's why they're picking number one, and that's why they're losers. Because
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Because you don't have your teammates back. Nobody's saying necessarily you got to go hit old girl with a chair, but you can't sit there and watch.
No,
I mean that's
all of that's right. But
right.
I'm just gonna say that there are people in that league and in that organization.
Well, then
who have had conversations. Yeah, well, but
then you just losers.
That's why they have 1 win or 2 wins or whatever the number is.
If you picking and choosing, if you picking and choosing when you going to be down. Well, okay. First of all, the elbow that she threw versus what happened to her, it's night and day.
Yeah,
that's no excuse. If you do not protect your teammate, under any circumstances, and you're picking and choosing, that's like me picking and choosing whether I'm going to run into the pile or not. Oh, well, we're playing against the Jets. I'm going to run over here. I'm only going to go in there head first when I'm playing against the Dolphins. You either in it or you out. Now, you can get it. You've seen it where, how many fights really happen in the NBA?
Yeah,
real
fights. Real fights.
In the W. Right. You're just going to,
You probably see like 2 every 5
push
years.
each other, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't asking you to do much.
No,
we ain't asking
maybe
you to
one
do what
punch.
happened to the dude in the UFC up there in the stands. Got cold cock. Anyways, we'll take a quick break. We'll talk about the UFC. Dustin Poirier went down. Is he gonna keep fighting? But the best fight was probably in the stands.
How about that?
Yeah, man. Anyways, Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers.
Strike 3, you're out!
Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through June 9th, they have 2 special deals for ticket listeners only. Enjoy a limited time USDA choice beef hanging tender steak that's soft and tender, but loaded with flavor. Also, for ticket listeners only, get extra meaty loin back pork ribs for only $2.99 per pound. Mention the ticket prior to checkout for discounts. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
That's a bad look for Mike Malone. When did the F-bombs just become an accepted part of our world where coaches just go to podiums and drop F-bombs? When did that start happening?
I think it was right after COVID. After COVID.
Damn COVID.
COVID-19.
Ruined our profanity, our properness in press conferences. Took everything away.
It was. It really was. We got that documented.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Do you need your event or venue secured? Call Tank Security Team. Tank Security Team is Lincoln's #1 non-lethal security company. Tank Security Team offers first-class security with efficient and quicker response times. Hire Tank Security Team. No hassle, no headaches. Call Tank at 402-310-3589 and get secured today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You right now. We're going to bounce to the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, DP, old school. Brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients, a butcher shop. 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 168th and Maple up there in the O. We are live in effect at 1040 O Street. Beautiful day here in Lincoln. Well over 75 degrees. Low winds. Got my man grooving in that pickup. Oh, is he listening?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
we see you.
Yeah, he
We
listening.
see you. Yeah, that's right. That is right. Oh,
he looked like he listening a little bit of Hall & Oates.
no. He listened.
No.
He listened. No. He got.
He got Megadeth on.
Not like us. He got not like us on. He definitely got my man. I meant to ask. I need to show you these two pictures, Jay Foreman, because I need your opinion. Okay. So all I need is picture 1 or picture 2. Right? You ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna show it to you. There's picture 1.
Mm-hmm. We've seen that one before.
Or
right?
picture 2. Which one?
Ooh.
Which one? So it was offered that for the desk, and it'll replace the Heisman Trophy helmet. Picture 1.
I like picture 2.
That's 2.
Yeah.
That's 1.
I like number
1's
2.
clean.
I like.
I'd
2.
like the NU when we whipped out that alternate. That's one of the best ones we
Right,
did.
like
but this
2.
one, the old one's.
I like the old one.
I don't want to disrespect the old one, but I really like number 1.
Okay, we're gonna need like a Naya to come in and break the tie. This dude just texted me. He's got the 2 Husker helmets with the NU on the side, and he's like, "Well,
that was. I get. I mean, I do agree it was clean, but I like the old one though, especially with that gray face mask.
yeah. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Thank you, kind sir.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's about that time. It's camp time, NFL time. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. Justin Jefferson, historic deal, $8 million guaranteed, or maybe even more, 110 million guaranteed, 4 years, 140 million, the highest paid non-quarterback ever, obviously, until, like I said, in my opinion, the next guy who necessarily doesn't mean that he's better. It's just that he's a little bit later to the table, and Jerry Jones likes to wait to the very last minute to pay his very, very good players. So it'll be either CeeDee Lamb or Jamar Chase. But Justin Jefferson, though, one thing about him, I was talking about Strick and the crossover. He's been consistently dominant since he's gotten in the league. I mean, he is the real deal.
Yeah, I'm all for getting your money. Get your bread. 140 million over 4.
110 guaranteed.
Yeah, I got to get that.
Like I'm gonna celebrate you. Like that's my new best friend.
Yeah, but it's hard. The number is whatever the market says. You can say without a doubt, where he's getting paid at is comparable to what he's done on the field.
Okay. So if there are, because to me, it just makes a weird statement that one, if you think he's going to help you win a Super Bowl, because otherwise, I'm not sure what priority one is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he the most important player on the Minnesota Vikings?
Right now.
Okay. And can he help the Vikings go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Or more importantly, will he help the Vikings go to the Super Bowl? Because me personally, I would cap. If we not winning, if we not beating everybody, this is why I look at Jerry Jones the same way. If the intent is to win the Super Bowl, period. Remember, and we talk about there's only 6-8 teams a year who are seriously working towards winning a Super Bowl. Everybody else is doing business. Like we just do a good enough business to keep you sending us money every year. Are the Minnesota Vikings a team that's trying to win the Super Bowl? Have a legitimate shot at winning a Super Bowl?
I mean, not this year, but he's going to be a big part of it. I mean, he's in his prime. And you got to sign him back. It's a bigger loss if you don't sign him back. He's earned the money. He's earned it. He's earned it, man. I mean, listen, he's earned it. I mean, he had a real bad hamstring issue this year. He could have very easily took the whole year off, came back and balled. He averaged over 100 yards a game in the 10 games he played.
Florida just beat Oklahoma State. So
there it is, update. That's how close we were. 6 runs away.
Yep.
I mean, you got to think he came right out the box, 1,400 yards. Doubled it down, said no sophomore slump. I'm gonna have 1,600 yards. And he's like, you know what? Third time's the charm, 1,800 yards. And he said, you know what? I got a little bit of a hamstring injury, and you haven't paid me. And the Minnesota Vikings should be slapping themselves. They could have paid him before last season.
Yeah, they could have really saved some money.
Save some money. And he says, you know what? I'm just gonna get 100 yards a game without my quarterback because Kirk Cousins had been hurt. So I mean, he's definitely a big part of it. DP's right. There's only about 6 teams really trying to do everything they can in this point in time to win a Super Bowl. Mainly, there's 2 reasons. One, that's their identity. That's what they're always in it. And then number 2, they have the talent in the salary cap space and everybody's healthy to make that run. Then there's always a team or 2 that'll pop up. You know what I mean? Like this will have a great year. There'll be a team that we aren't even thinking about right now that would have been behind the scenes, working, getting better, guys getting healthy, sneaky free agent
Or
deals.
you're just saying Houston without saying Houston?
No, Houston. No. Everybody knows who Houston is.
I think it's expected this year for especially that division.
This is what worries me about this year with Houston is Houston was the team last year, showed up out of nowhere. Now the expectations are that you're going to be even better. It's kind of like Jacksonville year prior.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, India winning, and we got to hear Austin's mouth. But
I don't. Yeah, well, I think they had to run. There's no, as I said, Peyton Manning ain't walking in that door.
Andrew Luck down the street though.
I'll come back, Jay Foreman. I'll come back.
Leave that man alone, man.
Lead the Colts to glory.
Leave that brother alone. You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna be in Big Ten Media Day, and Andrew Luck gonna come over to you.
I look at it like, Andrew, my boy. Remember, I have a rule. I don't pick at anybody in public that I wouldn't pick on in person.
Yeah.
So,
But the pressure.
Austin Harrison over there trying to figure out is it. Do you remember the he was writing the letters in postseason, right? The letters to home.
Yep.
Dearest mother, right? And then he actually read one. And I'm not sure that I've ever sat on a video as long as I did that video. Jay Foreman, I was like, Andrew Luck is my hero. He is a hero. This dude is glorious. And then he retired like 2 months later. I was like, no, come back.
Yeah, everything about him in his last couple of years was not how it started. So, but you know, hey, oh well.
Who is this team that you think we're missing? They're going to pop up, and oddly enough, there is an NFC team that I think can pop up and just go on a run because it seems to be built that way, that they have enough quality players. They could get lightning in a bottle, right? Sometimes it's new leadership. Sometimes it's a new player at a key position. Sometimes it's just your time. And this is somebody that hadn't had their time in a while. Those are the sneak up ones. So you can eliminate, you can look at, because if the Saints popped up, we're not surprised. Right?
Right.
But if the Falcons popped up, we'd be like, yeah.
I think I agree. I was going to say the Falcons or Seattle. And the reason why I like Seattle is that they're up there off the beaten path. You really don't know what they're doing. The only time you hear about Seattle is like the draft, and that's
so
it.
True.
And
that is so dead on.
And you gotta think Geno Smith is going to bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
They got 3 good running backs. They've invested finally in their offensive line. You got Lockett, you got Metcalf, you got Njigba Smith up there from Ohio State. He was excellent last year. They got a good tight end, and you know that they've done well defensively drafting, and they've always done a really good job developing free agents or late round draft choices. And then plus, their home field advantage is almost a game and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So when they play you up there in the Pacific Northwest, is always to their advantage. Also, when they travel, it's to their advantage because they
Big
have
Slim. You're not wrong.
They have to travel the farthest.
Big Slim. You're not wrong. He said Tampa. The Baker Mayfield factor is legitimate. I'm not too sure that's a really surprise because they were a playoff team.
But how they made it, though. I mean, you got to think Baker was he was in a quarterback battle. He earned that $30 million or whatever.
What if I said it was Arizona?
Negative. Not a chance. Anything that Kyle Murray doing, no chance.
It'd be a surprise.
Baker Mayfield owes me some money, though.
Uh-oh.
Every time I see him, he get paid. I saw him right before the draft. He went number 1. Saw him down at the Super Bowl, took another picture, got paid again. Oklahoma. No, but no, Kyler Murray. No way. No way. He still has not taken any accountability for how bad he's played.
I just thought, and this would be a year for the Giants, except for they let your best player go. So okay, and then you send him to a rival. Thanks, dummies. Let him go to Philly. So then there's that team in Washington.
That's a sneaky choice too.
Yeah, well,
number one, they're going to play better defense. They're going to be in more games just on the simple fact that, and also they're talented, young talent. Now, they gave away their 2 best pass rushers. Now, Chase Young is up and down.
For chiclets and a bag of Funyuns.
It was peanuts. It was peanuts and stale popcorn. Get your peanuts and popcorn.
Cracker Jack.
Yeah.
Like old.
Hey, where the caramel you're sticking to the cardboard.
And it's like 2 peanuts in the bag. Like
Get
that
your peanuts and popcorn.
Yeah.
Everybody got digestive issues. They'll play better defense, and I felt it last year. I felt that they were immensely talented on offense. I like the receiving core. I like the 2 different. I like Robinson and Gibson. I like everything they do. I think the offensive line is adequate enough. And also with the NFC East is ripe for the picking. I think Dallas is going to be horrible. Right? I think so.
Go ahead and say that again. You just
I think Dallas is going to be
This is how I know you love me, Jay Foreman. Say nice things.
I think Dallas is going to be horrible.
I think that's the first head coach fired on top of it.
I think McCarthy doesn't make it.
I think he's first.
I think he's worse. Week 6 or 7, maybe 8 at the worst.
When Jerry writes this big receiver check and they don't win.
Well, here's the bigger thing. You're going to let Dak essentially be a free agent, because even if you franchise him next year, he ain't coming around, so he gone, right? So that lets you know that they're not even invested. Then you defensive coordinator left. Then you lost some other pieces.
Dak will be the Giants quarterback next year.
That's fine.
Like 100%. Like it's just just to make it evil.
And then even though Philly got Saquon, I think they lost too much defensively with Fletcher Cox gone, and then also with Kelsey retiring. It's the two guys that mix.
They were the personalities.
They were the policemen. They were the culture.
Yeah.
They were the guys that get everybody in tune. And on top of it, you brought in Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio as defensive coordinator. Two dudes that couldn't be the opposite of each other.
They are going to fight at every coach's meeting.
And here's why. Here's what's interesting. You have to be able to marry your coordinators the way that you can be aggressive all you want. When Vic coached at Denver, was a head coach, now he was making decisions to protect his defense. Him as a coordinator, he's excellent. So you have to marry your coordinators' mindsets and their approach to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So if they get that communication good, and it wasn't, okay, I'm going to hire the best defensive coordinator, see you when the training camp starts, and I'm going to hire my man over here as the offensive coordinator, and we're going to spend more time, it works. I don't think it's going to work. I've been right also about when I said the dual offensive coordinator up at Minnesota with PJ Fleck would not work. It did not work this year. So I think Philly's right for the picking, just for the whatever you call it.
Yeah, well,
so that's where Washington can sneak in there.
Yeah, I mean that division changes winners every year, and this is in the rotation. This is the year for Washington to step up and win the division. Sneak up, just you don't have to be great. I'm not saying they're going to win the AFC, but they can win that division.
They can either win a division or get in there in a wild card,
and then raise devil because they don't have Eagles fear.
No,
they don't have Cowboys fear.
They actually like playing against Philly.
They like playing Dallas. They like playing Philly. They just didn't handle 2 opportunities to beat the Giants. Think about that. If they had beat the Giants twice, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But okay,
after trading your 2 best pass
do
rushers.
Washington stuff on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Claytonio John asked the question. I think
it's a good question.
Right?
Thanks, John. Claytonio John.
It says, did the Chiefs do it right by trading Hill and not paying him?
That's a hard question to ask after they won 2 Super Bowls.
Well, I think it's burying the lead in that Andy Reid had a belief that what he did was right and was going to win no matter who he has on his roster. Right? It's the thing what the coach say? Come play for us and we'll win a title. Go somewhere else and watch us win a title.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Right there in full that, listen, you can go to Miami, but Pat Mahomes don't wear a Dolphins jersey.
Do you think hold on. Do you think this is a better question? This is for both of you guys. Do you think Tyreek Hill, even though he didn't get that much more money to go to Miami? I mean, granted, state tax and all that. So maybe I shouldn't say it. I mean, it's $5 more million. But now, let me ask you this: do you think he has a little bit of regret not staying with Kansas City, considering you go to another organization and at that time was not a well thought of in good light organization, right? Because of Ross, the owner, and all the stuff they just got rid of Flores and all that stuff, and then also being down there where you're from, and there's a lot more distractions in Florida.
Yeah,
Kansas.
Well,
Kansas
I mean, it's that thing. I can't ever imagine a situation where I would not want to play in the Chiefs situation. But Miami is Miami. And if I'm a young millionaire, Miami has a lot of perks to quality of life. Right.
And that's what
for a sprinter, for cheetah, for a guy whose hamstrings require that sort of climate, right? Not having those 5 games in Kansas City where it's cold and the hamstrings hurt and it's different. Like longevity of career. He's playing on softer turf. He's playing there's a lot for Miami. I would have stayed in Kansas City until the wheels fell off, but that's just me.
I always feel like players like that, when you're on he's going to get paid anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And now granted, you can't, there's always, you can't recoup the difference in the money, right? But you can make that up and somehow you can't. So if the money that you're not taking advantage of is this, but you can make it this though. So you can make this. And here's what I'm saying. You can make this in Kansas City. Here's how you can make it in Kansas City. There's 2 Super Bowls that they won after he left. Let's just say he wins one more. Okay. Now if you continue along the pace with your stats wise, now you're starting to think about going to Hall of Fame. Right? Now, okay. Now you got to be. If you continue on the pace of production and you got 2 Super Bowls versus you're at Miami and you're like a statue, he might still make it. But being in Kansas City, being a Hall of Fame, trust me, I know this dealing with my dad's stuff. A Chiefs player going in with 2 Super Bowl rings, the money that you make just by going in the Hall of Fame like that, you knock a big dent in what you gave up.
Do you want to be Cliff Branch, Fred Biletnikoff, or do you want to be Randy Moss? In this day and age.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Sure,
in this day and age.
But I think I would like to think that you're going to be just as productive with Patrick Mahomes.
Well, he went up and took the Brady year and set records.
Yeah.
And then immediately dismounted. Because that wasn't what was important to him.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever your priority is. And we make the mistake sometimes of putting everybody in the same pool. Tyreek Hill is going to get Hall of Fame consideration. If he plays another year and a half, he's in the conversation.
Yeah, but he's not in that bad boy like he would be with 2 Super Bowl rings and magnified. You got to think, you're not only getting if you get another Super Bowl ring, I'm willing to bet there's a game he goes off in the playoffs.
I look at him. I'd like to give him that.
I did. I mean, he's a problem.
But who is Brady's Tyreek Hill? Like Brady couldn't. All the Super Bowls they won, there's not a receiver in the bunch that's in the conversation because they rode along with Tom Brady's ride to GOATness.
But Julian Edelman is starting to come up in Hall of Fame conversations.
And those are comical.
Right.
Those are comical conversations.
Right. So now you're making my point. There's no comparison between Tyreek Hill and Julian Edelman, apples to apples. But what elevates Julian Edelman is what he did in the playoffs. Now you take the Tyreek Hill and the playoffs, even if it's just one more Super Bowl, because I feel like Tyreek Hill and the way Drew Rosenhaus can work the system, you can get to Miami in a year or two later. I was just wondering if he has a little bit of remorse when he's looking around and he burned his house down. Rick Ross is capping on him. You know what I mean? My man been wilding down. Let's just be honest. He's been wilding.
So, okay. So let's go back to your dad's team. Right? Fran Tarkenton. And quite frankly, your dad in the postseason was a savage.
Right.
But because it was Fran Tarkenton based, Tarkenton got all of the credit.
Right.
We don't even talk about Ahmad Rashad, Sammy White.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
don't John Gilliam, John Henderson. But we don't talk about them dudes because so much of the conversation was there. I would much rather hope that he had done the Lynn Swann, John Stallworth thing, right? Where he found his niche and then was a part of the build to it, not just the response to it. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
the Cowboys, like
you can't make a wrong decision. I don't think he's made a wrong decision. I think he'll end up where he's going to end up.
I mean, Michael Irvin was never going to leave Dallas,
no.
right, to do that. Look at everybody. I mean, Terrell Owens, if he doesn't leave and take the chance on Philly, he's just another Cowboys great receiver, but he's not getting the hub. His Eagles time let everybody know, nope, T.O. was that dude.
Yeah.
He was literally that dude. Chad Ochocinco, if he had left Cincinnati earlier and gone and found his
somewhere
space,
else,
right?
Yeah. I mean, it's always a catch-22, and you need it. At the end of the day, for Tyreek Hill to get to the Hall of Fame, you need some really good players around you. So
or longevity,
right? And longevity and supreme productivity, like Gronkowski and all those guys. Anyways, we'll take a quick break. Come back. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through June 4th is buy 2 New York strips, get 1 sirloin for free. Also, $1.50 off gelato pints and scoops of gelato for just 50 cents. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through June 9th, they have 2 special deals for ticket listeners only. Enjoy a limited time USDA choice beef hanging tender steak that's soft and tender, but loaded with flavor. Also, for ticket listeners only, get extra meaty loin back pork ribs for only $2.99 per pound. Mention the ticket prior to checkout for discounts. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison on the 1 to 2s. Quick segment so we can get back on track. Quick update. The Florida Gators softball team beat Oklahoma, snapping their 20-game NCAA tournament win streak. Florida Gators stepped up to the mic, 54-14 this year. 4 seed beat Oklahoma, which is obviously a blue blood in softball. National champion, no longer. DP, obviously, we didn't really get into it. We got about, we got about 7 minutes. So big UFC fight this weekend.
Yes.
Dustin Poirier was trying to make history. He'd been chasing being the undisputed world champion. He's had a really interesting career, in my opinion, where you go from, I wouldn't say villain, but you go from like a grunt worker to grunt worker / villain, because when you fought Conor McGregor, and then it switched immediately to being the fan favorite. And it's kind of like a WWF-esque, and sometimes you can come in like Hulk Hogan, you turn heel, then you come back and you're that. But he had to submit, and the Islam got him. And the funny thing about it is, and I don't know if you saw this, when you submit, it's just like you can't get out of the move. But after the fight, they had video. He was walking back with his trainer, and he was like, it was just one thing. He said he said Islam came up with the knee and then kind of rode him on the back, and then once he didn't, I don't know, it was some MMA turn. He's like, I couldn't do that. And then you know what? The best thing I saw him about, he's like, you know what? I screwed up. I just got beat.
That is the definition of UFC. That all of these fights, that especially in the big pay-per-views, that a small thing determines the outcome. A small thing determines the big. Anthony Smith talks about it all the time, that somebody could come out and do have one adjustment to their combination. One shot that,
or you
off
just
the number,
you just get caught slipping.
Well, your focus is, and of course, sometimes it's, here's what Islam did 4 times in the previous 4 rounds, except for in round 5, he adjusted. So instead of putting going for wrist control, he went for the neck. And Dustin was like, oh, no. Like, yeah, this is what UFC is. Yeah. That Strickland and Costa fought, and they both fought in a way that they had not fought previously. So it made for an awkward, not necessarily interesting fight, because neither of them did what they were strongest at, and trying to keep each other out of trouble. Kevin Holland literally caught dude. You talk about just one mistake.
Yeah, give me that arm, though.
Give me that arm.
Give me that. Give me that chicken wing.
Give me that arm.
But why did he ain't tap earlier? You got your arm broke.
Because no, bro. Go out on your shield. Go out on your shield,
bro. You did. I am. You beat me. My arm is not broken then.
There are people, but there are people that will go to sleep rather than tap out,
and that's what's funny. But you still wake them up. They still got that L.
I don't know. Like I in my head, having watched enough of these, that I would think I'm a tap guy.
I freak out sometimes. I'm forgetting what the submissions, but when they got that arm, that thing's
well, the
snap,
arm bar.
It's like, you gotta tap.
Well, but they think that there is a solution to everything.
Yeah.
And so there is a reversal of form for different types of arm bar. But Jay can put his up at a point on the arm, or he could focus on the joint. And it depends on the fighter, because quite frankly, if I watch that in Jay's 4 armbar finishes, he's mid forearm, I plan and prepare for that. But if he gets the bar arm and decides, nah, dog, today I'm going joint. I'm going joint, and there's nothing you can do about it. Or, you know what? I'm going to get the wrist. And you think degrees of sweating, right? That third round, I might be able to slide that joint out. First round, no, you might be a little drier, and that skin ain't moving for you. That's a tough one. Like that was hard to watch. That was hard to watch.
Yeah, he snapped that arm, boy.
Poirier will be back in the main event because he's a fighter. He's not an artist.
Yeah.
He's a fighter. And
it's exciting too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like he's a fighter. And that's why literally the UFC is moving. When you watch people get repeatedly booked, it is because one, Dana White trusts them to make weight because not everybody can. And two, are you willing to put on a good show? Are you listen, there's some folks who will make weight, but they're not very good entertainers. Dustin makes weight, great entertainer, and people stand up for him. So keep booking him. Their problem with Islam is that Islam is not fun to watch. Like he's a wrestling bear, man. Dude, just he gonna eat you up. Now he'll finish you if in a lot of cases, but people don't like the bear on top wrestling.
Well, it's like the Khabib,
Right,
for how
like-
great of a fighter he was, you knew every fight was a submission.
Oh,
And he was going to win.
Well,
but-
he was gonna wear you down,
Uh-huh.
and you're just waiting. Like, watch this.
Yeah.
There it is. So it depends on the fight.
Let me ask you this, DP, real quick before we go to break. The fact that Islam had staff, do you think? Now I know it would have took hell to high water for Dana White to postpone it. But if you were managing Dustin Poirier, would you have fought for it to be postponed?
No. A lot of times what's perceived as staff is just Matt Burns. Costa had Matt Burns. He literally showed it because people saw it in the
And
walk
thought it
up
was- yeah,
and
but-
thought it was
yeah.
staff. And it's like, no, this is just a rug burn. They do blood tests. Trust me, let me tell you. Boy, they do a ton of blood work, man. They will pull blood at different points of the week leading up to it. So if there's a change in a key number, no
I understand.
juicing, no steroids, staph infection shows up.
I was just asking.
They
for the
tested
simple
him
fact.
and it didn't show up off the scale for staph.
Yeah.
So yeah, if every fighter who's fought in the UFC at some point had some level of staff going into a fight.
Yeah. Anyways, good segment there. UFC recap. Big weekend and more weekends to come. It's been bigger and better at the end of the month. Conor McGregor against Chandler coming back. I mean,
We'll be there.
I don't even. You know what?
You
The
want to
fight-
go to that one?
The fight is one thing. I just want to see them talk junk to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He needs to win. He needs the if you
Conor
want
McGregor?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
had a rough career post when he boxed.
After
Why
he
am I
start-
blanking on his name?
once you start getting in movies
Clean
and
boxer.
doing
He was so good in Roadhouse, bruh.
when you start doing movies
He
and start
was
doing
so-
whiskey,
Well, the whiskey is look,
the
that's
whiskey's
just-
doing great,
Oh.
but you lose focus.
What?
Just like your boy Utah. I texted you up there in Utah.
Yeah,
and I told you as soon as that he's just like my man Rampage Jackson. He did the 18.
Yep.
He got put to sleep.
Listen,
Newsom did.
do you know what his? Do you know
Black
how much
Panther?
he makes? Do you mind how much he makes off
Oh,
that whiskey?
Oh, I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying I'm talking about the boxing. You lose a little of your edge, and he got put to sleep. He
Hey.
ain't got his leg broke.
Hey, you know what? For that kind of money,
You gonna get put to sleep?
hey, bro.
You might as well just do WWF.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. That's what's next.
I know. They just had a partnership.
That's what's next,
They just signed
man.
a partnership.
Yeah,
Anyway,
man.
Vince McMahon said, I'm out of here. Go ahead, Dana.
Look.
Anyway, we'll take a quick break. Come right back. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Do you need your event or venue secured? Call Tank Security Team. Tank Security Team is Lincoln's #1 non-lethal security company. Tank Security Team offers first-class security with efficient and quicker response times. Hire Tank Security Team. No hassle, no headaches. Call Tank at 402-310-3589 and get secured today.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Hamann Jewelry, here to drop some knowledge bombs on how to wow your woman. Size matters, but not the way you're thinking, guys. Make sure you know her ring size before you even think about popping the question. If you aren't a surprise kind of guy, ask her. I bet she knows her size. If you are a surprise kind of guy, bring in a piece and we can get close to the right size. We will make it perfect for her when the time is right. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Hamann Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Soulful Casino in Havelock is a family-owned business, providing incredible food and service that'll have you craving more with every bite. Soulful Casino offers everything from pulled pork to fried chicken, catfish, ribs, and even quesadillas. You want sides? They've got them. From fries, green beans and baked beans, to collard greens, potato salad, and sweet dill corn. Stop by for lunch as they have specials Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. That's Soulful Casino, located in Havelock, where every bite you take fills the soul.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm Ryan Ostad. Golf is great because it can be whatever you want it to be. If you want to go out and have a competitive 18 holes, you can make it that. If you want to go out and have a scramble and just have the time of your life, if you want to have a charity golf tournament to raise money for some great cause, you can make it that. It is flexible to be whatever you need it to be at that particular moment in your life. And I've needed golf to be different things at different points in my life. And I'm certainly thankful that I was able to learn the game as a kid and continue to play it now as an adult.
Play better, have fun, and shop Osted's.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on schedule. Jay Foreman, DP, Harrison, Old School.
Are we on schedule?
No, we're not on schedule yet.
I was gonna say we still got
one
two-
more.
still got two
We got one more.
Yeah, every time I take over this board, you tell me I'm like a teacher,
You
substitute
are, man.
teacher on you about
we
the
got
time.
we got a short segment, then we got one more, then we're done. Right?
Well, sure, we're gonna go to break real quick, and then we'll come back for another short one. Then we're done.
All right, then we're back, and then we're out. The substitute teacher has got me again. Harrison in here.
Oh, got you lacking.
All right,
don't want mine.
All right, we'll talk a little NBA Finals talk. We're gonna decide who has more pressure on them. Tatum or Brown? We know Kyrie does.
Oh, this is a Harrison question because Harrison has been the president of the I don't respect Jaylen Brown.
I owe him an apology. It's because he's played pretty well up into this entire playoff series.
He's been consistent for once.
Yeah, he's been consistent. So, I mean, at this point, you finally got past the Eastern Conference Finals. I think the pressure's on Tatum now. I mean, Brown's been playing a hell of a job. Now, that being said, if Brown just doesn't show up at all, that's not going to be appreciated. But I do think the pressure's on Tatum to put this thing together.
Well, somebody's not going to show up.
Yeah, but for how many games and at what key moment?
This is why we watch.
Yeah.
Is that and I love how people talk about it that Luka in normal circumstances Luka is the first favorite player not from Boston for Celtics fans. Like they would love Luka. As a matter of fact, they keep wanting to tie Luka to Larry Bird because you can't think of nothing else.
Yeah.
But the reality
right now he's John Concact.
Yeah,
Anyway.
just stop it. Like it's
Stop disrespecting Larry Bird.
Well, you could have told me he's Wally Chambers, Tom Chambers. You could have told me
Wally Zerbiak.
Yeah, you could have told me that he's Jack Sikma. You could have compared
He
him
said Jack Sikma.
to a lot of things that Boston likes to do. But I think it's important because they have such meshful breakdowns. What one team does well, the other team defends well. And the Mavericks will shoot corner threes at such a high level that most teams can't defend them.
Yeah.
But the best defender of corner threes in the NBA, the Boston Celtics. What they do, shots in the paint, allowed shots in the paint versus shots made in the paint. Well, Dallas is pretty efficient at getting in the paint. Boston's really good at not allowing points in the paint. Same in reverse for them offensively and defensively. I think it's a game of what third player is going to be the best rebounder, period.
No Porzingis. So it's going to be massive.
But whoever.
Al Horford.
Well, listen.
Yeah, he's still got some juice.
Al Horford.
If Horford leads the series in rebounding, Boston wins.
Al Horford.
Boston wins. I don't think it's a question.
You know what time it is. Al Horford.
If he's leading in any category, Boston won.
The pressure is on Boston. Dallas is happy to be there. They're happy to be there. Listen, wasn't none of y'all voting for us. Nobody picked us. It's a great us versus the world. And then Boston, wait a minute. We know what Boston will sound like if they don't win. We know what that building will sound like.
You're going to mess around and get Dookie on your
right. Like we know what
we know how they think when you lose. Anyways, we'll take a quick break, come back on schedule. Jay Foreman, DP Harrison will be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Soulful Casino in Havelock is a family-owned business providing incredible food and service that'll have you craving more with every bite. Soulful Casino offers everything from pulled pork to fried chicken, catfish, ribs, and even quesadillas. You want sides? They've got them. From fries, green beans and baked beans to collard greens, potato salad, and sweet dill corn. Stop by for lunch as they have specials Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. That's Soulful Casino, located in Havelock, where every bite you take fills the soul.
Del and Ed present A Kernel of Truth.
That's Ed's new drone. Why do a couple of Nebraska corn farmers need a drone? 2 words: multi-spectral imaging. Drones help us farm more efficiently and protect planet Earth. Yep, Ed's a pretty good pilot. When he doesn't hit the broadside of a barn, that is. Nebraska corn. It's the plant that can change the planet.
Visit nebraskacorn.gov to learn more.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the pursuit of justice for those that have been injured. My name is Eric Hagan, attorney with Liberty Law Group. If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, call 877-42-LIBERTY. Our detail-oriented trial attorneys are committed to the highest quality legal representation. At Liberty Law Group, we will fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Once again, that's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Hamann Jewelry, here to drop some knowledge bombs on how to wow your woman. Size matters, but not the way you're thinking, guys. Make sure you know her ring size before you even think about popping the question. If you aren't a surprise kind of guy, ask her. I bet she knows her size. If you are a surprise kind of guy, bring in a piece and we can get close to the right size. We will make it perfect for her when the time is right. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Hamann Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Harrison. How much time do we got, Harrison? 2 minutes?
Four or five.
Little NBA talk. I think initially I'm gonna pick the Celtics. I like what they potentially will be able to do against Kyrie and Luka. I think they have a plethora of different body types, unlike the Timberwolves, and I think they're a better shooting team than the Timberwolves. Timberwolves shot horrible, and I don't think, Porzingis will shoot threes, but I don't think he's going to play. So I think they'll be able to match up a little bit better against Dallas and their two superstars than the Timberwolves. I'm going Celtics.
Harrison, go ahead, man.
How many games?
In 6.
6? Yeah, I want to pick the Celtics, but I don't want to trust them too. I'll probably go with the Mavericks. I think Gafford, Lively have been playing a lot better than people expect. And again, with Porzingis, you're looking for the Al Horford kind of comeback game. I don't know. I see it with the rebounding going in the Mavericks' favor. Celtics, they got a little bit more offensive talent, but the way Luka and Kyrie have just kind of been bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the Mavericks. We'll go a fun 7-game series.
All right. I like that.
Here's the curse that I saw Dallas and Boston play each other twice this year. And it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty. Like, I would like to think that, okay, Dallas, because there's no pressure. There's no pressure. Celtics have been consistently good all season long, which generally is the sign.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just hot right now, but you've played well all season long. And in the matchups against Dallas, they just look like the better team. They had more pieces to the puzzle. So as much as I would enjoy Dallas beating Boston, because I'm not really a fan of Celtics fans, I still think the Celtics win.
I think that's a logical answer. History will tell you it's the wrong answer.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to make that leap and look past like all the shortcomings of these past few seasons, then you're dialed in like, okay, this makes sense. This is
Dallas has had its shortcomings. And this season, and watching them play, I like what they do, but Luka's not going to be able to become Luka the super dog against the Celtics.
Yeah.
That building's different. That building's different than doing that in Minnesota. You can get away with that in Minnesota.
Those guards are bigger and faster.
You're not going to get away with that in Boston.
They got more body
longer.
He's not going to taunt Celtics fans sitting courtside.
And,
I don't know. Luka likes it. This might be fun. That's actually a good theory. And then you got Kyrie hopping back in Boston too after promising to be back.
I want them to win, but I'm just saying I'd be afraid to get on the bus if I'm Luka, if I talk smack to Celtics fans sitting courtside.
I don't think that phase isn't.
Yeah,
I think the European guys come in.
I don't think he knows any better.
But
also I think he's be naive enough to come in and think it's just like playing in Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's different, but I think more importantly, Boston has the body types and the defensive prowess. You got Holiday as well that can guard either one.
Yeah.
Right? Now, you're not going to shut down either one of those guys, but you're going to be able to slow them down and get them off of their spots. Also put pressure on them defensively to play more defense. When the Timberwolves couldn't hit a broadside of a barn, you got Ryan Anderson and those guys, a little bit easier to rest on defense and then score on offense. So anyways, great start to the week. Monday, Old School one-on-one with DP is next. Then I think we got DPE. And then we got Chancellor Brewington. Ticket weeknights is in full effect like always.
We're going to talk a little quarterback play.
There it is.
Guy named Dylan Raiola, evaluated by Barry Thompson.